How to manage your budget. People imagine budgeting as a punishment, a set of rules designed to shrink your life, limit your desires, and scold you for every coffee you enjoy. They treat money like a stern parent instead of a tool. But a budget is not about deprivation. It is about direction. It is the map that shows you where your money goes and whether it is carrying you toward a future you want, or a future that happens by accident. In my time, when people lived on coins, crops and hope, budgeting was simple because life was simple. Today, your world is a labyrinth of subscriptions, microtransactions, impulsive purchases, emotional spending, credit cards, BNPL services and Instagram lifestyles designed to make you believe that everyone else is living better than you. And in that environment, a budget is not optional. It is armor. The first truth about budgeting is brutal but liberating. Your money already has a budget, even if you never wrote one. It already flows somewhere. The question is whether you control the flow or the flow controls you. Most people are shocked when they finally track where their income goes. They discover not a spending problem, but a blindness problem. They think they spend a little here and there, but those little places add up to hundreds. They think rent is their biggest expense, when in reality it's their habits. Budgeting begins not with rules, but with awareness. And awareness begins by watching your money like an economist, not like a guilty teenager. When people finally list their expenses, they realize something extraordinary. The way they spend money has almost nothing to do with their values. They say health matters, yet spend more on delivery food than on actual nutrition. They say they want to travel, yet subscriptions eat $200 a month. They say they want to invest, yet their money leaves faster than it arrives. A budget fixes this not by force, but by exposing the truth. But once awareness appears, structure must follow. And structure is where modern people stumble, because they want a perfect formula, a magical ratio, a universal secret. But your life is not a spreadsheet. Budgeting is not a 50-30-20 model carved in stone. It is a negotiation between your present and your future. Too many people surrender to the present and betray the future. Others sacrifice every pleasure and betray the present. A good budget avoids both extremes by creating a partnership between the two. The core principle is simple. Your budget must reflect your priorities, not your impulses. In practical terms, most people benefit from dividing their money into 3 invisible accounts. Not separate bank accounts, but psychological ones. The first is survival: housing, food, transportation, healthcare, essentials. These keep your life functioning. The second is growth: investing, building skills, education, savings, paying off high-interest debt. These move you forward. The third is joy: the things that make your life worth living. Travel, hobbies, dates, gadgets, your dog, your comfort rituals. The tragedy is that most people overspend in the third category, starve the second category, and then complain that life feels stagnant. A healthy budget does not eliminate joy. It protects growth. One of the most powerful things you can do is automate the part of your budget that secures your future. If your investments, savings and debt payments happen automatically the moment your salary arrives, you cannot sabotage yourself with emotion. This is what investors call pay yourself first. But I would phrase it differently. Fund your future before you fund your distractions. When people ignore this rule, they live in a permanent state of financial emergency. Always one unexpected bill away from panic. always trapped in short-term thinking. Another problem modern people face is lifestyle inflation. The subtle, seductive process where every raise becomes an excuse to spend more instead of save more. You move into a nicer apartment, buy nicer things, upgrade your phone, join new subscriptions, improve your wardrobe. And suddenly, despite earning more, you feel poorer. This is not a failure of income. It is a failure of discipline. If you want your budget to build wealth, every raise must go not to lifestyle, but to investments. Wealth is built from the gap between what you earn and what you can live without spending. But budgeting is not just mathematics. It is psychology. People spend to feel safe, to feel impressive, to feel less lonely, to feel in control. A budget fails when it ignores these emotions. You must understand why you overspend. Is it boredom, stress, insecurity, convenience? Budgeting that doesn't address emotion collapses, because money problems are rarely about money. They are about behavior. This is why restricting yourself too harshly always backfires. You end up binge spending just like people binge eat after extreme diets. A good budget includes small pleasures intentionally to prevent large regrets accidentally. Let's talk debt. Bad debt, credit cards at 20% APR, payday loans, financing for lifestyle items is the fastest way to destroy a budget. It steals from your future earnings and traps you in a cycle where your past selves steal from your present self. But good debt, mortgages, education, business investment, skill acquisition, is not a threat. It is leverage. Smart budgets use debt strategically while eliminating predatory forms. The people who struggle the most are those who refuse all debt on principle, or those who use debt for everything without principle. A budget shows you which debts help and which debts hunt. And then there is investing, the part most people think is separate from budgeting, when in reality it is the heart of budgeting. Money that just sits loses value every year to inflation. Money that grows buys you freedom. When you include investing inside your budget, even small amounts compound. $200 a month invested at 8% returns becomes $350,000 in 30 years. At 10%, it becomes $400,000. At 12%, it becomes $600,000. Time is the most powerful force in finance, but only if you consistently feed it. Now, here is the truth modern people hate to hear. Your budget must be boring. Your life can be exciting. Your budget cannot. A volatile, unpredictable emotional budget creates a volatile, unpredictable emotional life. You cannot build wealth on chaos. Budgeting is not about decimals and spreadsheets. It is about calm. It is about control. It is about being the author of your finances instead of the audience watching them burn. But let me end with something people rarely admit. Budgeting is not about restriction. It is about liberation. When you know where your money goes, you eliminate the anxiety that usually follows every purchase. You no longer wonder, "Can I afford this?" because you already know. You no longer fear emergencies because you are prepared. You no longer hope your future will be better. You build a future that is better. A budget is not a cage. It is a compass. Welcome to my channel. Here, we explore not just how money moves, but how people move with money. The psychology, the incentives, the hidden architecture of financial behavior. Because once you understand your budget, you stop surviving month to month and start shaping the kind of life your future self will thank you for.